Bueno, muy buenos días a todos. Bienvenidos a la charla de C2EX Challenge. Los voy a dejar con el presidente José Camacho Postigo, nuestro presidente de la Junta de Directores. Tiene la palabra.
Buenos días a todos y a todas. Tenemos aquí nuestro segundo seminario del día y ha sido un éxito esta semana. Gracias a todos. Felicidades a todos los Realtors, compañeros Realtors. Es bonito ver muchas caras conocidas. Hay de todo. Tenemos pasados presidentes, lo que llamamos presidentes siempre es presidente, que tenemos por ahí, los auspiciadores. Gracias a todos los compañeros por unirse a este seminario del C2EX Challenge, que vamos a tener aquí dos expertos trabajando, que nuestra compañera y directora Diana López hará la presentación, la correspondiente presentación. Y en este día es bien importante el C2EX. Aquí es una charla de un reto, pero no quiere decir que el que usted esté en esta charla ha obtenido el C2EX. Ya usted verá, un C2EX es una serie de módulos conducentes a una certificación que la da. Ya ellos explicarán más detalles. Aquí vemos unos cuantos compañeros que hemos completado ese challenge. Entre ellos está Eduardo, que lo puedo reconocer, Eduardo Santos. Saludos, Eduardo. Está este servidor y creo que hay dos o tres más, pero es muy bonito. Esta es una certificación muy buena, así que vamos a escuchar lo que ellos nos tienen que decir sobre este reto, porque aparte de ser una certificación, pues hay un reto y cada vez se ha presentado por año este reto desde que en el 2018 en Boston surgió esta certificación del C2EX. Así que bienvenidos a todos y disfruten de esta charla que va a ser muy instructiva. Gracias, Diana. Paso a ti para continuar.
Muchas gracias, señor presidente. Well, I will speak a little bit in English, and for Eric and Steve, thank you very much to join us today. I really appreciate your kindness and your generosity, and sure that you will empower us, all the team in Puerto Rico, so we become some of the finalists, maybe the winners of this challenge for the National Association of Realtors. I want to welcome also Melissa Montero, Marisa Alvarez, Wilma Roman, and Carlos Ortiz, which are the board of the president of our boards and districts. This challenge specifically is for all of you as a leaders, because we will win this challenge. This is a dream that our president, Mr. Camacho, and myself, and we are going to have this amazing education today, and we will follow all the tips and from Eric and Steve, so we can be in the competition. And ahora en español, Steve y Eric, voy a leer un poco de su biografía para beneficio de todos. Eric Sain es GRI, tiene una influencia de gran alcance en los servicios inmobiliarios del mercado del condado de Palm Beach, en todo el estado y a nivel nacional. Su dedicación a la comunidad inmobiliaria ha sido reconocida con los más altos honores y continúa sirviendo a la industria en roles claves de liderazgo. Eric mantiene un negocio de alto perfil y ofrece un servicio estelar a sus clientes con profesionalismo, honestidad e integridad. Se orgullece de poder ofrecer análisis de mercado actualizados, tendencias del mercado y conocimiento del gobierno de la industria a medida que los clientes toman decisiones claves para su futuro. En NAR, Eric es miembro del Comité de Asuntos Locales y Estatales, del Comité de Coordinación de Políticas Públicas y vicepresidente del Foro Legislativo y Político. Eric, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Steve Baker tiene experiencia en gestión de programas, marketing estratégico y desarrollo empresarial. Ha trabajado con socios comerciales y de consumidores como
O
McDonald's,
sea, el número que me dijeron que tenía para el año 2009 era...
Simon Property Group y Sony Corporation. Steve ayuda a llevar C2EX al segundo nivel, desarrollando y ejecutando estrategias de crecimiento y colaborando con el equipo de marketing de NAR en nuevas campañas para generar conciencia y participación. Seminarios web, recursos del corredor, materiales promocionales, desafíos C2X, programa de embajadores C2X. Estos seminarios web están diseñados para ayudar y comprender mejor la plataforma del compromiso con la excelencia y sus capacidades. Están dirigidos a ustedes, los Realtors, interesados en obtener el respaldo C2X, cubriendo las características del programa, el éxito y los anuncios actuales. Este seminario web ayudará a todos ustedes a mejorar su comerciabilidad y su profesionalismo. Steve, thank you for being with us today. Really appreciate. We are blessed.
Thank you all for having me. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, with nothing more, Eric and Steve, welcome.
Diana,
pardon me?
sorry, Diana. Welcome, Steve, and welcome, Eric. This is Jose, President of the Puerto Rico Association. Welcome to Puerto Rico via virtual.
Thank you so much for that wonderful welcome.
So,
keep going, Diana.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much for being with us. And I hope that all our realtors in Puerto Rico join our master class today, follow all the tips, and also spread the voice out there with all our membership, which is close to 700 realtors, so we can all work together in this challenge. Thank you very much.
Perfect. So Steve, you're going to share your screen now and we can get started with the presentation. All right, so welcome everyone, and thank you so much for being on today. It's always a pleasure for Steve and I to meet with people who are excited about learning more about the Commitment to Excellence program started by the National Association of Realtors. I will tell you that in 2014, Steve Brown, who was president of the National Association at that time, asked us in our May meetings how important professionalism was in our industry. And as you probably know, it was a resounding yes. Professionalism is one of the most important aspects of being a realtor. And then we started talking about what it meant to be a professional realtor. And at those meetings, we voted to begin a better path for being a realtor, having pride in our industry, and encouraging others to be better. This was born, the Commitment to Excellence program. Through countless number of beta testing, presidential advisory groups, work groups, and many others who were involved, we launched the Commitment to Excellence program, as you will see it on the next slide, for 2018, when we did our Boston conference. Steve, if you'll advance to the next slide. Right now, we have over 74,000 members of the National Association of Realtors who are current participants in the program. Out of those 74,800, we have an additional 12,300 members of the National Association of Realtors who have completed the endorsement and are fully endorsed as a Commitment to Excellence program. One of the things that I really like on this slide is that it shows the awards that the Commitment to Excellence program has won. For example, in 2019, we won the Top Learning Organization Award from the Earnings Media Group with the involvement and with the concept of the Commitment to Excellence program. So right off the bat, after the first year, we were already award winning. We followed that up in 2020 with 2 awards. The awards that were won in 2020 were more industry awards. So rather than looking at it from a conceptual aspect, They looked at it from a learning aspect, and we were very proud to win the Bronze Learning Award for innovation in the category, and we won the Gold Award for content in learning. So we're very, very proud that not only do we see this program as a success with the National Association of Realtors, but also others in the industry saw this as a success. The last awards that we won in 2020, we were up against some pretty big names like Dell and Apple and some of those people who actually do computer programming. And we were very successful in those categories. I will tell you that right now in Puerto Rico, you have 66 of your members who have already logged on and have started their journey on the Commitment to Excellence platform. And we're very proud to say that you have 9 members who have already completed the platform. So we're very excited that this is taking on not only here in the United States, but also in Puerto Rico. So thank you so much for those of you who are involved early on in the process. We are very pleased that there are a few things that I like about the program. And those are the 3 things that you see on your screen. We think that the Commitment to Excellence program is going to help realtors improve in their networking abilities. We think that it is going to help with them with referrals and with their business, and also to add an extra layer to their career in real estate. And these 3 quick facts here are the reasons that most of our members enjoy this. First of all, it is mobile friendly. So you can do this on any device where you have a Wi-Fi connection. You can do this on any device at any time. So you can pick it up 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, or you can sit down for more than an hour and work through some of these things. The nice thing about it is that you can do it from anywhere. The second thing is that it's self-paced. No one's expecting you to finish this tomorrow or even the next day. We have members who finish this in a day or 2, but we also have members who work through this on a weekly basis, and they can take 10 to 12 weeks to work through this. So the nice thing about it is that it is self-paced. And then the last thing, there is no additional cost. The Commitment to Excellence program platform is covered with our dues assessment, and this is a free member benefit to all members of the National Association of Realtors. You can advance, Steve. So what is the Commitment to Excellence program? The Commitment to Excellence program is a program that is devised for us to become a well-rounded professional realtor. And so some people ask what it means to be a well-rounded realtor. So the concept behind this came from a presidential advisory group that was asked to look at what the realtor of the future would look like. What would they be? How would they act? How would they conduct business? And so out of that program, we chose these 10 core competencies, and you see them in front of you now. They range from everything from real estate law through fair housing, technology, how to safeguard your client's privacy, as well as your professional reputation. Now, if you're counting, you will see 11 competencies on the screen. The top 10, the first 10, is something that everyone would be required to complete in order to receive their Commitment to Excellence PIN and the recognition of being a C2EX endorsed realtor. The 11th competency you will see is for brokers. So if you are a broker, you would be required to actually complete 11 core competencies. The nice thing I like about this is that the broker core competency can be viewed by everyone. So if you have an aspiring agent who is interested in becoming a broker, they can look through the broker competency and actually see what is required from a broker standpoint to receive the designation, but they aren't required to complete it. Only if you're a broker are you required to complete that. So these are the core competencies that we feel are widely thought of to create a well-rounded realtor. And I think that you will find them as well as you work through them. Next slide, please, Steve. This is an example of how we are going to evaluate an agent as they log on to complete the criteria. The evaluation phase starts with each one of the 10 core competencies, and you will be asked a series of questions. Your answers to these questions will dictate your next step. So the thing that we like about this is that only if 2 agents or 2 people answer every single question exactly the same way will they be required to complete the same tasks. So a lot of times this is what is meant by a self-guided journey through the Commitment to Excellence program, because you shouldn't really be on the same path as everyone else. It's going to be your own journey through the Commitment to Excellence program. It is a self-analysis test in the beginning, and that's how your pathways are determined. So for instance, this sample example here, based on your answers, you would be directed to other series of tasks. So in this particular example, what is the primary focus of Article 1 of the Code of Ethics? And we know that the answer is protecting and promoting the interest of your clients while treating all parties fairly. So if you answered that question correctly, you would move on to the rest of the questions. If you answered this question incorrectly, you may be required to read other documents, perform other tasks. But depending on how you answer these questions, your journey will be guided through the Commitment to Excellence program, and you will be enhanced as you are guided through it. Next slide, please, Steve. When I talk about being enhanced, I'm talking about the ways that you learn. So as you finish your exam at the beginning, certain required learning paths. The majority of these things are learning assignments. There'll be reading assignments. The nice thing about this is that it's not just reading. Incorporated throughout this platform are also videos, quizzes, and this is really meant to be as interactive as possible so that people receive the full benefit from this enhanced learning path. The other side, Steve, if you'll advance, the other side of the enhancement are tasks. Now, your tasks are going to be physical things that you must do, either a reading, watching a video, going to a meeting, because what we really decided was that in order to be a well-rounded realtor, there are things that you should know not only about real estate, but also about the communities that we work in. So you may be required to go to a school board meeting or a commission meeting or an officers meeting or something like that to complete these required tasks. It also has a feature on here where you can create your own. So if you are a broker and you are having all of your agents get their Commitment to Excellence endorsement, there may be something that you feel would be or should be a requirement for them. As their broker, you can create your own tasks. You can also create your own task as an agent. So if you are an agent and you're looking through there and you're thinking that there's something that you feel you would like to do or learn, you can create your own task in order to be able to complete it. Now, if you look on here, there's some of the things at the bottom, you'll see that there are some special exceptions. So because we are now kind of in a virtual world and you may or may not be meeting face-to-face because of the pandemic, there are special exceptions made. So for instance, this task, one of the tasks that are required for this competency, you'll see at the bottom, it says attend a community meeting. Now this could be a condo meeting, a homeowners association meeting, a networking meeting in your community. But if you aren't able to meet face-to-face and these meetings are being held virtually, you can complete this task by attending a virtual meeting as well. So you don't have to be physically there in order to complete some of these tasks. So that's something that we've done since the pandemic. And the next slide, you will see additional features. Some of the great things about this platform, as I mentioned before, is that they try to incorporate not only reading, but also videos, games, quizzes, and making things interactive. So in this section, you will see that you have the ability to send surveys from this platform. Now you can send surveys to agents in your office about maybe following up on showings that they've had during the week. You could send a survey to your clients to see maybe what their impression was of you while you help them in the transaction of buying or selling their home. So this creates more interactivity between you and other agents, you and your broker, you and your clients, and it really creates kind of an all-encompassing Commitment to Excellence platform. So you can use these surveys for showings, open houses, or you can create your own survey. The nice thing I also like about this is that anything you read or anything you want to learn, there is a library that you can review all of the NAR materials and resources. Even long after you complete the endorsement, you can continue to log on and go back to that library of resources in order to use them for maybe presentations to your clients, presentations to your office, the agents in your office if you're a broker. But the great thing about it is that you do have that resource library available at your fingertips through this platform. And then finally, if you get stuck and you're really not sure where to go or how to complete some things, there are videos and other guides in the help section of this platform to help you just about any hour of the day that you need help. So what do you get when you complete the Commitment to Excellence platform? You'll see some things on the next slide. You'll receive endorsement materials. So you will receive a certificate of completion that will show the date that you completed it. You will be able to print that out and you can frame it and put it in your office or put it at your desk. These are really meant to be conversation starters so that when you see other people that maybe be endorsed, you can thank them for their continued commitment to excellence. But will also be, by having these materials visible, it will allow your clients to ask you, what does it mean to be commitment to excellence endorsed? And you can tell them that these are additional learning materials and strategies that you learn as a committed agent to continue your education and be able to demonstrate to the public that you are not only their realtor, but you continue to be their realtor for life because you continue to update and educate yourself. You can wear proudly on your lapel to show that you have committed to excellence on the National Association of Realtors platform. And then finally, on Realtor.com, you will see on the next slide that this is another way that we let the public know what it means to be a realtor. So on Realtor.com, if people are searching for listings and they come upon one of your listings and they see this icon, this yellow icon where the arrow is pointing, if you were to hover over that icon, it will tell the person reading that you have taken additional steps to continue to educate your field yourself in the industry and that you are deemed commitment to excellence endorsed by the National Association of Realtors. And that way the public knows that you are continuing your education and they feel much more secure in working with you because you are expanding your horizons and expanding your mind and your business. So I'd like to talk just a little bit now about what it means to the broker. So there are some benefits to being a broker. And one of those, you'll see where the arrow is pointing, is the administration access. You will be able to track all of your agents' progress by running various reports to see who has logged on, how many competencies they have completed, when is the last time they logged on, do they have any questions, how much more do they have left to be completion. So you'll see a lot of those things as a broker on the administration dashboard. The other nice thing is that you can brand this entire commitment to excellence platform to your brokerage. So when your agents log on, they will not only see the commitment to excellence icon, but they will also see your brokerage name as also supporting this training. And then finally, we have the training tools. So they can suggest content, they can suggest assigning tasks, and there are a lot of things that you as a broker can use to help your agents along. But I really think that the training and the branding are two of the best features that they offer to the brokers. And then finally, the other benefit to you is that this, by becoming commitment to excellence endorsed, it will fulfill your obligation of the Code of Ethics requirement. So every 3 years, we as realtors are required to go through a Code of Ethics update and training. If you get and maintain your commitment to excellence endorsement, this will fulfill your requirement of the Code of Ethics. So that's also a great benefit for us. And the commitment to excellence endorsement also lasts for 3 years. So as long as you maintain your commitment to excellence endorsement, you will no longer have to complete the Code of Ethics requirement for NAR. And then finally, just want to give you a few things that we can talk about. We do have a challenge this year in the commitment to excellence, and we have a video that we're going to play in just a few minutes, but we really want it to enhance your business. So we have a way for the association to win up to $5,000 to put back into programming for professionalism at your local and state associations. In order to be in the running for this, you have to complete your endorsement by October 1st of 2021. And then finally, we do have some ways for you to stay in touch with us. So here's the contact information. If you're ready to get started, you can simply log in at C2EX.realtor, and you can log on the same way you log on to the National Association with your ID and password. If you do have any questions, you can either call during normal business hours, or you can send an email to the email address c2ex@nar.realtor. And then finally, once you complete this Commitment to Excellence platform, you will be given the ability to access the marketing materials that you can download and spread throughout your office. So that's really all that we have for my background presentation. And now, Steve, do you want to play the video first, or do you want to do the demo first? What's your pleasure?
I was thinking, since it came up and we were talking about the challenge, I'll play the video first. And again, I wanted to, the reason I wanted to play it first is just to underscore and reiterate Eric's point that this video, as well as other marketing materials, as well as other challenge associated materials, is available at nar.realtor/C2EX/promote. So definitely feel free to go there and pull what the video I'm about to show you down, as well as other marketing materials. So bear with me one moment as I pull up the video.
So what we did is in order to kick off the challenge, to really come up with something that was really going to be exciting, kind of wake people up. So the challenge theme is pump up the volume. And here's our promotional video.
All right, so hopefully now everyone is amped up.
So that video is also available to you that you can download if you want to play that for your office meetings or at your regular meetings, so that you can, we really like the volume that it speaks. We like the imagery. We really think that it's there to be exciting for people. So we think that that's a great way to kick off the challenge. So I saw some things happening in the chat, but we'll hold all questions until the end. So right now Steve is going to do a demonstration of the platform for you and show you real time and live what it is to access the platform. So
okay. And here we go. So again, we start with many ways to get in, but starting with C2EX.realtor, that address will take you to the sign-in screen. And again, as Eric mentioned, you will have your typical NAR sign-in. And once you do sign in, you will see your main C2EX dashboard. It's a new feature, and I think a really cool feature. The first thing you'll see right off the bat is a My Progress bar. And as I said, this is new, and I think it's extremely helpful in that it'll tell you what percentage you are toward completion. It'll tell you how many competencies you have remaining and how many tasks you have remaining. So right off the bat, it'll sort of give you a status of where you are right when you sign in. As we get into the program, Eric talked about your learning paths, your tasks, and the combination of those leading to your endorsement. You can get to your learnings and your tasks a couple of different ways, obviously through the main dashboard. These two medallions will take you there if you click those, but also up at the top, you can toggle to your learnings, your tasks, back to your dashboard. There is, getting to the help section. But let's for a moment just stick with the main page on the basically your dashboard. And again, here you can access that. But as you scroll down, there are other areas that I'm going to circle back to. My achievements, that's one that will tell you, now in this case, because this is my screen, as I am endorsed, it really just shows optional tasks that I have to work through. And if you can see, I hope you can see, circling around the dark blue medallion, dark blue means that you still have some areas of work in that section or in that particular task. Circled around that, though, is a lighter blue highlighted area, and that's basically a progress chart. So here I'm about, we'll call it a little less than 45% done, or about 40% done. Here the same, but here on this optional task, task and you shall receive is the header, but I'm almost done. If you see that light blue highlight, I'll go here first. When you go into my achievements, that will bring you down to essentially your status, the overview of your status. I do want to quickly point out on the left side of the page, there's a button that says print. Here is where you can print your endorsement certificate. That certificate that Eric showed on one of the slides that was being hung up on the wall. Here, again, on the right side of the page, you can download promotional and endorsement materials, again, by clicking either one of these buttons. So I definitely wanted to not miss pointing those out. But as you scroll down in my achievements, it'll give you your achievement status. And as I mentioned above, when the medallions are in darker blue, and these, of course, are the competencies, but when these buttons are in the darker blue, that means you still have a little bit of work to go, but when they go light blue, you've completed that competency, and then arriving at endorsed. So I think it's a very well set up platform, easy to navigate through. So going back up, actually I'll go back to our dashboard, because again, as I mentioned, there are a couple of different ways to get to the learnings and the tasks. On the main screen, let's go into learnings. And again, as Eric pointed out, this is where you will go core competencies. Actually, I do want to point this out while we're here. I hope you notice this, a yellowed exclamation point. These are tasks and learnings that are still outstanding. Once you get a gray check mark, you've completed that. So again, because this is mine, you're going to see completes. But if there were, for example, a yellow exclamation point here, and then the pull down, or a yellow exclamation point here, here, or here, those are competencies that I still need to complete. But as you'll see here, they are check marked, so they have been completed. And when we then go into our tasks, once you, as Eric pointed out, once you get through your learnings, you'll be set up for tasks that need to be completed toward your C2EX endorsement. In the tasks section, you'll notice it's still the yellow exclamation point as well as the check mark. And then, for example, oh, look at me, I have a, and there, this is probably having to do with Fairhaven, which is a new task, which I have yet to complete. So I'm getting a yellow check mark here, for example. There we go, complete the Fairhaven simulation. So I would go into this knowing that I've been sort of given that heads up. You've got a couple tasks to do, in my case, to maintain my C2EX endorsement. And then I would click into that, for example, complete Fairhaven, and then I'd get the task details. When that task is complete, once I've gone through the Fairhaven simulation, I can click here and verify that I've done the task, save it, and then I can go back into my tasks, and then this yellow exclamation point will then turn into a grade check mark for complete. I hope that makes sense to everybody. Another thing I wanted to show as we go back to the dashboard, you'll notice at the top left, this compressed stack of tiles, this 3 stack of tiles. Clicking that opens up a menu of, of control options, things like profile, notifications. It'll harken back to your achievements, open up the library and the help section that Eric talked about. And before we get to the admin section, which is important here, one thing I do want to point out. In the C2EX platform, we have the ability to send updates. For example, Eric mentioned this is in 2021, it's time for renewal of your C2EX endorsement and your code of ethics. So the way that we keep in touch, one way that we keep in touch with our members is through email, the platform email. So I'll sort of retrace this again. In this tiled menu, when you go into profile and it pulls up your profile, you'll have the option to set your email preferences. So again, through the platform, we send updates basically through, and it'll come through your email, but you want to make sure that this update via email is toggled to the on position, otherwise highlighted in magenta. So that way you'll be sure to get those critical email updates. And now going back, one of the most key things here is this admin section. So by clicking that, and I will call out first, there is the broker admin section that Eric touched on, and then just the what I'll call the general admin section. But when you do go into the admin section, it'll pull up your admin dashboard. And user, in my case, again, as the program manager, users here pulls up all of the users. For a broker, for example, the users toggle would pull up all of those C2EX participating members underneath that broker manager. One thing I do want to call out, and I can't stress enough, if you have not yet logged onto the platform, even once, basically registering yourself, if an agent has not logged into the platform at least once, they will not show up here. Meaning that whether or not you've gone, you've just logged in or you've gone all the way to, 90% toward endorsement, you must log on at least once in order to be represented here. If I hope that makes sense. There are also toggles for managing the library. You can go into the library. You can create or send messages. And what I really want to focus on are reports here. So the pull down here, you can pull up various types of reports. Achievements, your achievements, or if you're a managing broker, your brokerage's achievements, your agent's progress, if you're a managing broker, and other various reports that you can pull up and then download. So this admin section is very, very helpful and very, very important. What I'll do now, and I know I was buzzing through that rather quickly, I'm going to go back to the dashboard and pause a second to see if there are any questions in general. And I'll sort of quickly go through the chat. Or you can you can just take yourself off mute. I don't know if you have that capability, but that might be easier. Or again, as Eric mentioned, you can send any questions through to C2EX@NAR.realtor. I'm sorry, C2EX, yeah, C2EX@NAR.realtor if you don't want to ask them now. And I'll see if there are any I can get to. But as I feared, the questions are largely in Spanish, and my Spanish extends to, I actually minored in Spanish in college, however.
And can one of the leaders maybe review the chat and see if there are any questions for us available? Is that all of your presentation, Steve?
Sure.
And yes, and otherwise, I will just say thank you very much. Please, again, do not hesitate to reach out, C2EX@NAR.realtor with any questions, or feel free, absolutely free, to start your journey at NAR.realtor/C2EX. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you, Eric. Estimados Realtors, si tienen alguna pregunta y la quieren realizar, la pueden realizar en español, la pueden realizar en inglés. Con muchísimo gusto los asistimos. I am just saying that they can ask in Spanish and everybody will support them. it's a lot of information, it's a lot of technological information, but this is good. And technology is a thing that we cannot refuse. So we have to engage and we have to follow that. ¿Alguien tenga alguna pregunta? La puede escribir también en el chat. Nos pueden escribir más adelante también. I'm sure everybody will have a lot of questions and they can write to the Puerto Rico Association of Realtors at any time. If we don't have the answer, we will pursue your help, Steve and Eric. Todo el mundo está siempre bienvenido a hacer las preguntas que quieran tener. Nos pueden escribir todo el tiempo al correo electrónico a la asociación puertoricorealtors@gmail.com y con muchísimo gusto vamos a referir las preguntas, si no tenemos la respuesta, a nuestros expertos y vamos a procurar tenerle una respuesta. I am very happy, Steve and Eric, and I really surprised with all the people. 66 already engaged with this. Let's make this happen. This is like 10% of our membership, so it's a pretty good start. We have until October, so we have plenty time. So everybody continue engage with this. And señor Camacho, no sé si está aquí porque tenían que ir a recoger la... Sí, señor Camacho, si está en la conferencia y estamos,
Eric,
si hay preguntas.
Thanks a lot for your giving us the opportunity to learn a little bit more about C2EX. I think Eduardo and me were the first ones to become C2X for Puerto Rico. We have 9. We're proud to be part of this group. And we are pushing, and I'm pushing, I would like, more than push, I would like, and I ask the group of Realtors in Puerto Rico to participate in this challenge because we have about 66 more that started. And if we go for it and we complete this, let's say about 60-90% of this based in percent, we will win the challenge. I'm quite sure. So, aquí a todos nuestros compañeros Realtors que no puedan haber entendido, les requiero, ¿verdad? Como presidente les pido y agradeceré la participación de completar el C2X, aquellos que ya lo comenzaron, para basado en 1% de los que comenzaron, tengamos el % mayor y eso nos daría el beneficio de poder ganar o tener una posición primaria dentro de esta competencia. I was speaking in Spanish, saying more or less the same thing I told you, Eric and Steve. So I'm going to be the Spanish version. Gracias.
Thank you again for the opportunity to come and speak to you, President Camacho, Puerto Rico Realtors. We look forward to your involvement in this program. We're here to be a resource for you, and we look forward to you winning the challenge.
There we
coming
go.
up in
That's
October.
it.
So thank you so much for your time today, and please reach out if you have any questions at all.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Cynthia, you're welcome to make your question. Cynthia Lacayo, I see your raised hand.
Yes, thank you, Diana. Thank you, Jose. Thank you, Eric and Steve, for being here with us today. This is my 3rd year as a realtor, and I've always heard about this program, and that's why I'm here today to learn a little bit more about it. And I find it's very complete.
Yeah.
It has all around everything that a realtor should be. So I'm definitely going to log in. I just wanted to ask a question about the cost. I'm not sure if I missed it in the presentation. Is it one single cost for all the programs?
So the cost is actually free. It is covered in your dues that you pay to the National Association. So it's actually a member benefit available. The platform is available to all members free of charge. You will find that one of the tasks that you are required to complete is to receive a certification. So as you know, NAR does have a cost associated with those certifications. So you will find them in the Right Tools, Right Now portion of the NAR website. And a lot of times they will offer discounts. Right now, because April is Fair Housing Month, there is a discount for receiving your At Home with Diversity certification. So if you want to go ahead and get that certification, right now, I think it's only $40 to receive the certification. And then when you come upon that task, you can go ahead and check it off as completed. If you currently hold a GRI or a CRS or a CRB or any of those designations, you can just check off that task. But if you don't have a certification or a designation yet, that is really the only cost associated with the program as you get into it. I did see a question on the chat earlier that I think Steve answered, but the question was, how long does it take to complete the entire platform? And that's really going to depend on you as an agent and the time that you spend on it. We find that agents who add it to their performance calendar and routinely work on the commitment to excellence, they can do it in as little as 10 hours over time. So we're finding that generally a month or two, spending an hour or so per week or 2 hours a week, you could easily complete this in less than 30 days. All right. So I don't see any questions. So we will say goodbye and thank you so much for being here. We appreciate the opportunity to be with you today.
Okay. Thank you, Eric, and thank you, Steve. And now I want to welcome Marjorie Agosto, our president of the Committee of Realtors Week. She's just next to me here.
Hello, how are you? Thank you so much for being with us here in Puerto Rico. We're so excited, and I'm going with the pump with I'm going with all the challenges. We're very grateful. We appreciate your time, your valuable time. I will take this off just 1 minute. And I thank all the realtors, and I know we will all be together in this, and we're going to really pump it, and we're going to get that C2EX Realtors Challenge. I thank you, and congratulations to all the realtors.